Good morning, good afternoon or good evening, wherever in the world you may be. This evening I'd like to talk about evening bags. Which sounds very old-fashioned actually, evening bags. Do people even call bags like this evening bags? Well, I do anyway, but that's me, I'm a bit old-fashioned. These are sort of bags that you take out when you go to the theatre in the evening or for a nice meal, you know, in a really nice restaurant. Just for a nice evening out anywhere really. So I'll start with Mabel. Mulberry Shoulder Mabel in champagne. Love this bag. She is so beautiful. You see how gorgeous she is. She's got the little mulberry tag on the end there, as opposed to inside now where they usually are. This was the first mulberry that I bought. I told quite a funny short story about that when I did a video about my mulberry collection, which if you haven't seen it, you really should. It's quite good. We'll put it up there so you can have a look. I'll tell you briefly. When we lived up on the central coast of New South Wales, sort of further up than we are now, north of where we are now I should say, we used to go to a piano recital once a month that was just incredible, really amazing. And I always used to take this bag with me, and it really used to annoy me that you have to, this buckle at the front here, I used to love this bag, but I used to think, God, it's so irritating to have to undo this every time you want to get into the bag, and then you do that, and then you've got to, open the zip and get out what you want, and then close the zip again, and then buckle it up. And I mean, seriously, I feel like a total idiot saying this, but you know me, mouth first, brain after. You will always get 100% honesty from me, which isn't always a good thing, trust me, but it's how I am. Until one day, I just happened to pull a little bit hard at this to undo the buckle, because we were late and rushed, and I was a bit sort of, oh God, I've got to unbuckle this damn thing again just to get one thing out and do it back up again. So I pulled on this, and what do you know? It had a magnetic fastener under there, and all I needed to do all that time was just to do that. Now, you see, this is a really good example of how I can be really practical with a lot of things. You know, like I've rewired a house, I've partly built an extension, I did all sorts of things when I was younger and had better health and all the rest of it. But sometimes it's the little things, you know what I mean? Why didn't I see it? I mean, it is so obvious, really, when you know. So you can be, really practical about some things. And yet when it comes to handbags of all things, I mean, anyway, Mabel is going nowhere. I could not bear to part with her. I mean, no. I couldn't do it, no. So, she's also really good if I've got a gold theme going on with the jewellery. I like to be a bit matchy-matchy. This one I got from Aspinall, and this is a sort of a champagne gold. It's, a very pale gold. It's a good one. It's almost sort of in between gold and silver. It's got a very simple interior. Just one little slip pocket at the back there. And it's got a chain with it, but same old problem. It's my height. Well, no, I'm not the problem actually. It's the people who make the bags. It's really their problem, because I've never had a problem with being 5 foot nothing, but when it comes to bags, you see the problem? I think you can see it. It's there. It's sort of, you know, it's down there when it should be sort of up here. And I suppose I could, I mean, another thing, I don't like the way that that digs into there. Do you know what I mean? When the clutch is closed. See what I mean? There are so many bags like that, and I don't understand it. I really don't. I mean, I suppose I could put this one on that side and go across like that, and this one on the other side. I hope this is making sense. Right, okay. So now we've got this situation where we've got them crossed over like that to take up the slack. So and there we go. That works perfectly. But, you know, I just don't like all that mess under there. Do you know what I mean? I really don't like all that mess under there. This bag really needs somebody who is taller than I am, because I can't cope with crossing things over like that, and that's why I have never used this bag. I mean, you can tell from the interior it's absolutely pristine. So this one is on the chopping block. Right, that's going. Okay, so Mabel's staying, that one's going. Now, the next one is a bag by Kara, K-A-R-A. And I saw this bag on Minnie's channel, Minks for All, and just, oh, wow. I don't know if the lights are picking it up here, but this bag sparkles like, just try seeing if I can, yeah, you need the light on it. It's just so, trust me, it is so sparkly. But what annoys me about this is, you see the way this sort of droops here? It closes with a magnet here, there and there. Oops. See, I've got a small bag organiser in at the moment just to give it some sort of shape. But the magnets are underneath the lining there. And so when you hold it like that, what I want it to do is stay up like that. But it doesn't, it falls down like that. And it's just, for me, it's a bit messy. This is the sort of thing that I'm sure wouldn't bother, goodness knows, I mean, probably 99 out of 100 people would say, well, you know, it's fine. Unfortunately, for me with my OCD, it's not fine. So this one is also going on the chopping block. Right, okay. It's difficult letting go of bags, you know. Isn't it ridiculous? I mean, they're inanimate objects and they consume a lot of our disposable income, and we go to so much trouble to get them and then we get rid of them. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, Right, I need this one. This is the small Lottie, or as it's now called on the Aspinall website, the medium Lottie. They used to have a micro Lottie, which was quite a bit smaller than this one, which was the ordinary Lottie, and the larger one. But now they're calling the micro the small. The standard one is the medium, and the large one obviously is still the large. Goodness, you know what I mean. Anyway, this one is a really lovely little bag. It sits really well on the shoulder. It's got that brilliant opening. Flip that up, open it like that. Gorgeous. I'm pleased to see I've got plastic in there and not paper. Beautifully lined in navy grosgrain. It's got a zip compartment here. Smaller compartment at the back which fits the phone really well, and compartment at the front for your other bits and pieces. Gorgeous little bag. I've had it for about 2 or 3 years. I've never used it, not once. And I mean, we have been out in the evenings, you know, it hasn't not been used because I haven't been anywhere. So I don't know what it is about this bag, but it's just not getting used. So, oh, and also, if you're a crossbody type person, I really don't, I find it very claustrophobic, crossbody situation. Anyway, it's totally long enough to go crossbody on even somebody taller than me. Even somebody taller than me. That's probably 99% of the population as well. She's also got a little pocket on the back with magnetic dot fastening. And I think the reason why I haven't used her is because I have this one, which is sort of chalk and cheese, because that's silver, and this one's sort of, you know, gold, but I do wear predominantly gold jewellery. Although I've not long bought that chrome hearts bracelet, which is silver, so that might change, but whenever I've looked at using the silver Lottie, I picked this one up instead. And they did this for one season, Aspinall, and they did the top handle Lottie bag. It's exactly the same as the silver one, except it's in black leather. It doesn't have but obviously you've just got the single chain. You don't have the benefit of being able to double it up. So on the shoulder, it is a bit long for me, but I always carry this with a top handle. So I'm sort of maybe yes, maybe no about that one. But I think maybe yes, because recently I bought the Vivienne Westwood melting orb, the silver mesh, like the glow mesh that was actually invented in Australia. And I've put a different chain on her because, you know, I like to put her on the shoulder like that. I quite like bags that are quite high up on my shoulder. And I think this one is just really it's too similar to this. And you have to ask yourself, how many evening bags do you need? I don't think I need as many as I've got. Now, there's a chain, a chain with this one, but The reason I don't use the chain that came with it, whoops, sorry about the noise, is the usual problem. And this one really is, you see what I mean? You know, I'm up here and the bag's down there. It's just, So this chain, as nice as it is, has been replaced with this one, which I think looks fine. And in all honesty, I'd probably carry that by the top handle anyway. So I'm thinking now I've got this one, I should let go of that one. Yep, this one's on the chopping block. Right, okay. So that's 3. Goodness. See, the other thing that worries me about doing this is getting rid of bags is the perfect excuse for buying bags, isn't it? And I really don't want to fall into that same trap where I buy too many bags and end up yet again having to, oops, she says with a chain hanging on her shoulder, having to declutter my bags. So that I will not be doing. You see, she's gorgeous, isn't she? And because I've got this one, you know, I don't really feel that I'm missing out, because I do love the Lottie. It's a great design. And it's also really good for people with arthritis like me. You know, the opening is incredible. Okay, so that's those. Now, this one is a Mark by Marc Jacobs. I've had this for, I don't know, well over 20 years. It actually has a shoulder strap. Which is adjustable. And I love this bag because it sort of goes with anything. Because it's that sort of pewter colour. I mean, it's still a bit long, the shoulder strap on, but usually I tend to carry this as a sort of a large sort of clutch. You know, sort of large oversized clutches that are in at the moment. I mean, goodness, if I bought one of those it'd probably swallow me whole, but you know, if I can put that under my arm like that, and that's, whoops, I think you can see it there. So I can put that one under my arm like that. And it's great to be used as a clutch. I mean, it is such a useful bag. Easy to open, easy to close. I'd learned about magnetic. I should have known about magnetic fastening, shouldn't I? Because I had this one before I bought the Mabel that I struggled with the buckle. I mean, honestly, sometimes I really do despair. Now, just to move away from even bags very quickly, I did show this bag fairly recently when I did my handbag collection. I can't remember if it's part 1 or part 2, so if you haven't seen them, they're really good videos, you should watch them. We'll put part 1 up there. And this is a tote by Elizabeth and James. And it's gorgeous. And we'll put part 2 up there, sorry. Okay, so this is a mock croc. Beautiful glossy finish. And I have never cleaned this bag. I've never had to condition it or anything. It's immaculate, and I have used it. I used to use it so much. I mean, the only place you can tell where it's had use is on the inside of the handles. That could probably do with a bit of a clean. Anyway, when I showed this bag recently, Jackie, who has a brilliant YouTube channel, Jack's Bag Attack, which I'll put the details in the description box down under, so you can go and have a look. She buys a lot of bags, so if you like bags, you will love her channel. Anyway, she did say if I was ever going to sell this one to let her know. So, Jackie, I'm going to sell this one, so I'm just letting you know. So, Jackie has first dibs on this one. And the reason I'm selling this is because, bear with me a moment, since I got this, you know, the Chanel 22 that him and Dawes bought me for our anniversary, this has really taken the place of totes. Do you know what I mean? It's got, because it's quite big for a shoulder bag. I mean, if you look at these two, you know, side by side, I mean, this is actually bigger than that one, but they probably hold about the same amount. And I just haven't been using totes. I've just used this one. Every time I want a bigger bag, it's either this one or, a second, oops, or this one. You know, the big slouchy hobo bag from Oroton that I also made a video about. And if you haven't seen that one, you really should watch that one too. And that one's also up there. This is just a great go-to bag. I mean, it's a tote, it's a shoulder bag. It's just an everything bag, really. So, where are we at? Okay, so that one also is going. I hope Jackie still wants that because I know she could clean those handles up beautifully. She's really good at restoring bags. Okay, so this is the sort of part 2 of my evening bags. And this one, which you've seen fairly recently in the handbag collection videos, is by Berkley. And it's just divinely soft leather. It is just incredible. Love this bag. It's got a very handy little mirror just there underneath that flap. And it has a short chain, which is brilliant because it's just a great little on the shoulder bag like that. You can unattach this just at one end, and so you can just drop it inside, you know, if you want to use it just a handheld clutch, which I often do. And I love the fastening on this. It's, you know, those magnetic dots that are underneath the leather. Couldn't be easier, just perfect. So this one I couldn't part with. I've had her for, I don't know, over 20 years at least. So she is definitely staying. This Savette pochette is definitely staying because I'm selling the other one because I always end up using this one. The Tom Ford I love but I haven't used. I don't know what it is about this bag. Just, you can see inside is the dust bag wrapped around the leather strap that I've never taken out of the bag. So, okay, and this is one of those, goodness me, this is long as well. Oh, okay. This is one that you thread through there, so I might just pause you a moment while I do this. Okay, so this is the bag with the shoulder strap on, and it's on the shortest setting. It could do with being, you know, a bit higher, but there's plenty of space there for me to punch in extra holes, and plenty of space from there to there, you know, and the keeper moves up and down, so I could bring it, you know, the end of the strap right down to here. And now I've got this on the shoulder, this bag feels much better. I like it much better as a shoulder bag than a hand carry bag. So for now, this one is staying. Okay, now the next one is a Michael Kors bag, which is in this leather as well. It's just gorgeous. It's like silk. It's so soft. This one I really love, but I've never used. It still has the tag on. And this also has a shoulder strap. I love the little details in this. See the D-rings at the end where you clip the chain onto? The shape underneath them echoes the shape of the D-ring, so you don't even notice it. It just looks like a little metal detail on either side of the bag. I really love little design things like that. I think they're really clever. Anyway, this shoulder strap in the right way. I don't think is too long. It's not that much too long. I mean, I could cope with it, but you know, I really like my bags to sit here, and I'm pretty sure that's why I haven't used it. I seem to remember that last time I was going to use it, I went to put the shoulder strap on and it was too long. So this one is also on the chopping block. Oops, let's put the chain down there. Nicely lined. There's a zip pocket on this side here, so it's fairly narrow bag. That's a zip pocket there, and on the other side, easier to show you that way, there's a slip pocket. Closes with two magnetic dots, they're sort of rectangles under there at the sides, just like that. Really nice to hold in your hand. Gorgeous, but unused. Beautiful leather, but needs a new home. This one, I've no intention of getting rid of this one, but I do use this as an evening bag, just when I want something a bit glitzy. It's just, you know, as soon as I saw them start the campaign for these baguettes, I just thought, got to have the purple one. And I missed it the first time round in the first drop. I sat up for hours waiting for it to drop on the website, and then I fell asleep. Of course, I woke up and they'd all gone. Trying to find one, you know, on the Preloved market, and of course, they were just, you know, being sold for a premium. So I just let it go, and then one day I just checked on the website and it was back in stock, and I thought, meant to be. Isn't she beautiful? And I think that is where we're going to end our little evening bags video. Well, I don't know about little, because I do waffle on ad nauseum, as you know. But we've got out of 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I'm keeping 8 bags and letting go of 5 of them. If you've enjoyed this video, please do consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. And if you have already, thank you. I appreciate it, really. I'm trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I think it's a, you know, I like having things to aim for. I like goals. I like achieving things. And yeah, it would be great if I could reach 4,000 before the end of the year. It would be really fabulous Christmas present. Anyway, as always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you, truly. À bientôt mes amis. Au revoir et bonsoir.